What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we're going to take a look at a figure that's been long sold out, but for whatever reason showed up on Big Bad Toy Store's website, and of course I decided to get one. And this is the Han Solo Deluxe version from the movie Solo. And just keep an eye on Big Bad's Toy Store, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put the link down below. It's already sold out, but you never know. You never know. Just like I said, this is the deluxe version. I think it came out like a year ago, maybe even more. I kind of like the movie, honestly. You know, it's one of those films where it got heat. I think it's because of the movie prior to this. It wasn't as bad as people make it out to be, honestly. And not even a huge Star Wars fan. But so I decided to pick this one up. Good deal right here. For $243, you get the deluxe version. As you can see, it has tons of accessories inside. You can see the deluxe coat that I probably won't use ever. I don't know why I picked up the deluxe version, to be quite honest with you. It is not important that you get the deluxe version. The figure itself looks phenomenal. As you can see here, you can replace the hair. There's a scarf on the side, bunch of hands, and you see the stand on the back right there. And if you get the deluxe version, you get the either the sand or the snow base. It's just cardboard, but I like the fact that it is included. Also, you get the rappelling rope in there, a bunch of things in here. So that is beautiful. And let's move over to the accessories itself. So yeah, I got tons of hands, which is it's always a nice touch. I'd rather have more than less. Although the gloved hands is a bit problematic because I did insert it, and it's a bit deep when you put it on the peg, so it goes all the way inside. And I needed to bust out my my heater gun just to take it out one time, but it's okay. And then you got some different hands as well. These are gloved hands, but it's kind of like open ones, so nice application, paint application there, and the sculpting is beautiful as well. And you go more here, and yeah, like I said, it's always welcome when there's variation of hands in there. And then you get this belt that you attach to his existing belt, and it's like for rappelling and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool that this is included. You see that there, and nicely detailed as well. The paint application is, looks like it's metallic, and you get this rope, and you get this hook, just nice. Like I said, I don't know how often I'm going to use the alternate look, because I hate those studs that they put in. The moment you miss the those button studs, they just gets broken. I don't know what to do. But I kind of fixed it with super glue. But I just hate the fact that they use they magnets, guys. Just Hot Toys. Next time, it's so tiny. These things use magnets. And you can see his blaster. It's nice. His blaster pistol. It's beautiful, nicely detailed, nice painted application out there. Initially, I thought that silver bit was the magnet, that I took it out. And you can see the alternative hair that you. So once you input his goggles, that's what you're gonna use. And the base, nicely done right there. I didn't show you guys the sand option, but it's there. Just trust me on that. And you get this beautiful coat here it's made out of Chewbacca's hair, his excess hair when he sheds. And there's like a faux, I would say, shirt on the back. It's one of those like fake tucks that you wear. It's pretty cool, honestly. But yeah, the buttons here, the bottom one kind of messed up, honestly. Like I said, I hate when they do that. Those two things that I hate, this and the zipper, because they always break. I mean, this one doesn't have the zipper, but in Alita, I just reviewed that. It's kind of fresh in my mind. And this is the goggles. Bolay, this is the brand of this. I don't know. I used to do like airsoft and paintball. So, but yeah, nicely painted. Like as always, you got the lucky dice in here. I believe this is made out of plastic, but the chains are not. So yeah, there's a few gripes that I do about this figure. One of them is, like, again, the coat. This dice is not. This could have been die cast, but that's all right. I mean, how many times are you really gonna use this lucky dice, the gold colored metallic one? It's cool. It's cool that it's included. And it's a pretty significant part of the movie. Also, you got the a watch that he does have, which again, this should have been elastic. The what do you call this? The wristband, but it's not. And then the wrist pegs is too big for it, so the thing goes inside the hands. It's annoying. And then you got the communicator, which is cool because you can actually put it on his belt. I love the fact that when it does happen. Now, this is the actor itself, and we're gonna one of the better head sculpts that Hot Toys has produced. Let me tell you this. I think the likeness is great. Now, the angle that I shot this from is not exactly accurate. And a lot of people are complaining before this movie came out because they thought that the actor doesn't look like Han Solo or Harrison Ford. I think he did a good job. It's not his fault that he's not the exact mirror of a young Harrison Ford. But I think he got the swagger, the attitude, so I'm okay with him. And I think Disney's moving forward with him anyway. I heard from my really reliable source from Disney, which is PJ, Paradox Nerd, that they're gonna make a solo, no pun intended here, TV series for him. And I kind of want to see that. I really do. They can move forward with him, like his journey and all that stuff when he was younger. Plus, they already made a movie, with him as the actor. So, no point on switching actors now. I think he did a good job. I think he did a pretty good job, honestly. But what I do like about this head sculpt, though, is the different layers of detail. Like, you can clearly see that maybe it is softer than the initial prototype that they did, but not too much softer. I like the fact that you can see the details on his, like, a little bit of wrinkles on his face. I mean, he's not old, don't get me wrong, but he's not young as well. And then you can see the kind of like the 5 o'clock shadow, like ever so slightly in there. But you can see the shade under his chin, on his cheek. And I think that's pretty cool. Like you can see that on the side of his eye, he doesn't have the crow's feet yet, but I think it's nice. It's one of those head sculpt where it feels and looks HD, both in hand and as you can see here on the video. It just looks one of those things. And like I said, and this is considering the fact that the one that they showed prototype is so much crisper, but I don't think the fall off is that huge. Now I will take off his hair here because, like I said, you can interchange the hair, and you can see here the peg inside is kind of loose, but you see you can bend the elbows there pretty tight. One thing that I'm not complaining really, but you can make him kick pretty high there, double jointed knees. There's ankle movements as well, ever so slightly there. There's bicep swivel, but the hand pegs are pretty large, and I think that's one of the reasons why I'm having trouble putting on that watch, is because the peg is a bit oversized for no reason. And you can have him sit, if you get that Millennium Falcon cockpit from like a third party one, you can use that as well. Or if ever Hot Toys makes one in the future. And I'll just put him at a couple of poses here before we wrap this thing up. So you can see his belt right there. You can remove that quite easily. Just you read the instructions, please, and you take it from the back. So for those who doesn't read the instructions, please do, because initially I thought it was in the front as well, and now you're gonna mess it up. So intricate figures like Hot Toys, you don't want to just wing it. You always want to read the instructions. But yeah, it's easy to take that on and off, and you just gotta loop it under his shoe in there. And look at that watch right there. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't fit on that huge peg. Now let's transition to his the deluxe version, where he's in his snowsuit, or whatever suit you want to call this. See, I already kind of like broke that peg on the bottom. You can still close it because there's a belt in there that you can kind of... I didn't break it. It's just that the stud is a bit wonky now. So that's a bit annoying, so to speak. But you can display him in this look as well. I'll be a little worried if you leave him too long with that goggles, because that might stain the face. So you might not want to do that for too long. And this hair itself, it does have that indentation in the back. So when you put that elastic material on the back of his hair, it just fits perfectly compared to the other hair which is kind of poofy. So You just make sure you change the hair sculpt as well when you're putting this. But it's not a bad look. I kind of like this. I'm digging this look as well. This is the day where I kind of miss my Chewbacca, because I do have the Chewbacca from the Force Awakens. I know a lot of people is crapping on that figure, but it's all right. You know, it's still Chewbacca. I'm still holding my hopes here that one day Hot Toys would give us a proper Chewbacca. You know, like a nice one that would eventually be worthy of having stand next to Han Solo, whether it's this version or the older Han version from A New Hope. And hopefully they make a new Han Solo as well, because I think that figure is okay, but it's aged. You know, like I think they can do better as far as the head sculpt, maybe the tailoring as well. They could do better. So I think it's time. It's been 4 years since that came out, or maybe 5 years. It's time. They're doing all these reissues and give us like a proper Chewbacca, C-3PO, you know, another Han Solo, you know, wouldn't hurt as well. So thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. It does really help the channel out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, because I do review a lot of figures, Star Wars, DC, Marvel. Not immediately though, like kind of like this. This came out like a year ago, but I'm more of a collector that I just buy what I like. I don't really buy anything just for the sake of buying it. I'm not going to collect them all. So when I buy something, for the most part, I do like it, but I tell it how it is. You know, if it's worthy of getting, you know, if you're worthy of buying it, because, you know, let's be honest, these are expensive figures. So once again, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.